Hi everyone, Lori here. As somebody who's been a practicing physical therapist in a sports medicine outpatient setting for almost 20 years, I have a ton of great ideas, tips, and useful information in terms of fitness, your muscles, stretching, and strengthening. So I figured it's about time I shared some of that with you. One of the things in physical therapy that I am the most passionate about is making things functional or three-dimensional. So we're going to do a multi-part series that one explains what 3D means, and then we are going to show you how to incorporate that into a warm-up, an exercise, and a stretching routine, okay? So, for starters, let's just talk about 3D. Now, when you hear the word 3D, it's something that I'm sure you're all familiar of, because what do we have? We have 3D movies. They make these cool 3D puzzles now. For little kids, they have these 3D pop-up books. Even our flat screen TVs are starting to be made three-dimensional. And why do we like 3D? Because you feel like you're part of the action. Things are in multiple dimensions, so it feels like it's popping right out at you. It's fun, it's engaging, and it feels very true and real to life. Well, your muscles are really no different. Muscles are actually three-dimensional as well. And even though typical groups of muscles tend to work best at one angle, they use a three-dimensional component to function at their best. So adding a little 3D into your muscles can do nothing but help make you healthier, stronger, and possibly even lower your risk of potential injury. So when we say 3D, that means three dimensions or three directions. The first being the frontal plane, second being the transverse plane, and the third being the sagittal plane. So let's take a moment to just quickly break those down and explain what they are. So let's keep this fun and simple. I've got my little gingerbread guy here. So first, let's talk about the frontal plane. Frontal plane is this side to side kind of motion, okay? So for us, frontal plane would be something like this or something stepping out to the side like this, okay? Now, transverse plane is a rotational component. So for our little gingerbread man, transverse plane is simply like this. For us, that would be something like this, or that would be toeing your feet in or toeing your feet out, all right? Lastly, we have what we call the sagittal plane. And for the gingerbread man, sagittal plane is front to back. For us, that's moving in this plane of motion, something along these lines, something with your leg going front to back, okay? So frontal, side to side, transverse, rotation, and sagittal, front to back. Very simple. So once you understand these three directions, you can now start adding fun and functional tweaks to your warm-ups, to your exercise routines, to your stretching routines, and that's what we're going to show you today. All right, okay? So now that we understand that 3D means sagittal, transverse, and frontal planes, let's show in the next video how we can easily 3D a warm-up. Okay, stay tuned.